hatching. To do hatching, you're going to, if you need to hatch certain kinds of things, you're going to have your hatch inside a block. Okay, if something's not set up correctly, you're going to get that. Alright, but let's go hatch inside a block. There we go. You can hatch your own block. Sometimes you just want to take a little bit outside your window. Okay, the next thing is, so your hatch point. Your hatch point is something that you need to understand is very important, because you might need to change this to a different color or a different style. You need to know where your hatch point is. What we can do is when you click on delete, it'll often show you this one's hatch point is there, that one's hatch point is there. You can change the hatch point area. If you don't know, because if you want to know why that's important on a roof, you need to know multiple hatches. So for example, I need this to be a light gray floor, so I'll do a light gray floor. Okay, but I also need tiles. So now I go there, I click on style, and I click on my tiles. So the hatch point for this will basically move the hatch point from there to here, and then when we do tiles, we'll do another hatch in there for your tiles, and then move the hatch point somewhere else. Now, one of the colors that doesn't print is red, is your purple. So what we do is we do purple there, so you know that that one's for the one and the other one is there, and you move your hatch point from there to there. Now you can control these colors. So if this, you need to change this later on, you change it. Okay, so that's your hatch. Also, you can stretch hatches. So yeah, for example, if I want to make the hatch bigger, I can go new outline, new island. Why would I do that? I need to make a hole in here, so I would basically get this hatch, I'd create a new island so that we can see the dimension, for example. So I would click on that hatch, yes, and so I'm going to create a new island, use that hatch. So take this hatch there and create an island. Okay. You can also just make it, you can stretch it outline, so you can take it there and make it bigger. Comes in more useful than you think. It comes in a lot. Alright, then you can also change, so for example, if you've got multiple lines, yeah, so you also want to show that there's greenery, so you have grass. You can also change your layers. So now it looks all messy, but now you want the green to come to the top for some reason. You can move it to the front of the plane so that it shows, and that means you're only going to see the grass. Okay, alright, and obviously you can move things back as well. Deleted hatch, obviously. And another thing is, like, if you've got the tiles and you're finding that you want to keep the tiles permanent, you can explode a hatch, and that stays permanent. Okay, once again, you've got two types of, you can get hatches that you do a lot for your colors. You can edit hatches and you can set hatches. Yeah, you can use bricks, arrows, crosses, grass, bricks, etc. That's your hatches. Alright, and then you can also delete a portion of a hatch. So yeah, we want to make it smaller there. You see, you can make it less. You can delete a hatch point. So if you want to make it smaller, you can make it smaller.